Legends, welcome to the latest edition of the Drip Dispatch and Animal Farm Almanac. This is a special edition, as you can see at the top. This one is a bit different. Right now, we can see the current state of our drip token. You can hear the current sentiment in the community. It's tough right now for all of us. I've been here since day one, through the ups and definitely the highs at 197 and the lows, which when I'm of making the video, the current price for drip token is at 5 cents. So I'm creating this video as what I'm thinking that can help to correct the drip price. I guess because it's the easiest, since everything is almost created. We already have the reservoir, we already have the garden, and the mastermind is working on the hacker game. So that's the trifecta. So let's get into it. So my question is, can the trifecta, which is the reservoir, the garden, and the hacker game, help drip? Let's engage. And the question from L7 to you is, what would you do? Okay, so first part of the trifecta is the drip reservoir. Now, myself personally, I've been in it since April 22nd of 2021. I've been in here the entire time. And I know special shout outs to Emmett, Legacy Builder, and the team at STR, which is Stuff the Res, trying to bring even more awareness to the importance and significance and the prominence that the reservoir has. So what I'm referring to is, okay, we already know the purpose of the reservoir is to help provide long-term price support and an ever-rising potential floor price as permanently locked liquidity is added to the drip token on the drip network swap exchange. That's the purpose of the reservoir. How does it support drip? When the BNB is deposited, the smart contract reservoir interacts with the fountain or the swap page by utilizing 50% of the after-tax value to buy drip. Boom. This drip and the remaining BNB are then made available to the liquidity pool for trading. The provisions of liquidity leads to an increase in price and to a higher degree of decentralization and stability of the drip token. That is our goal as a drip maxi. It doesn't matter if, no, that's the wrong term. If you're a drip holder and you believe in drip, that is the ultimate goal, to get an increase in the drip price. That's what we want. Now, so I just came up with a small plan here. Now, it's going to take the entire community to get us to where we want to go. If we can get a drip price of just say $1, and drip just stays at $1, there's going to be a lot of community members that are happy. It's just, okay, let me just go through the plan. So each community member contributes 0.1, not 1 BNB, just a 0.1 BNB. In today's dollars, you're talking maybe $30 to a half of a BNB, 0.5 BNB. Like I say, you get in where you fit in, because everybody's finances are different. So I can't just make a blanket number. I'm just using a number just for an example. So we're just going to say we got 50,000 community members. Now, granted, we have 150,000 wallets, but I know I have multiple wallets. So if each of us have multiple wallets, I'm just going to go with the low number of 50,000 community members. And each of these 50,000 community members are in it to win it, period. And they're not drip maxis. They're just community members that want drip to succeed. So with 50,000 members, and each of them, and everybody purchases 0.1 BNB, $30, that would put in 5,000 BNB into the reservoir. And then on the high side, if everybody put in a half a BNB, that would provide 25,000 BNB. And then you see the numbers for 75,000 members or 100,000 members in the community. I don't know what the number is. There's really no way for nobody can tell how many true members there are in comparison to wallets. Because some people got 2 wallets, some people got 1 wallet, some people got 7 wallets, some people got 10 wallets. So there's really no way to tell. But this can turn the tide, especially with the rest of the trifecta. But the commitment from the community has to be there to deposit the BNB in there and allow it to remain there and to do what it's supposed to do. And please understand, if you put $1,000 worth of BNB in there, it's still going to be there. Now, granted, because you have to understand that you're putting the BNB in there and it's doing what it's going to do on the reservoir side, but you're putting BNB in. So now if the BNB goes up in value, your BNB increase. Now if your BNB goes down in value, of course it's going to go down. But it's not connected to the drip price. That's what you have to understand. So the commitment comes from the community in the fact that you have to be able to put the money in there today and let it do what it's going to do. You have to let it work. You can't put the money in on Monday and pull the money out on Friday. That is not going to work. We shouldn't need a contest. We just need commitment to put the money in there and let it do what it's going to do. If you see when I do my reservoir deposit and I show my reservoir page each week when I do my deposit, I have not took a single not an iota of my BNB out since day one of drip. I understand that it's a marathon and I'm going to do what I need to do to support the protocol, to support your bag and to support my bag, because that's what I'm trying to do and lead from the front. But that's what I'm saying. The commitment has to come from the entire community that's going to be involved. You have to be able to put the money, like I said, you get in where you fit in. If you say, well, I can only put $5 worth of BNB in there, then damn it, you put the $5 worth of BNB in there. It's whatever, like I said, you get in where you fit in. But you have to be able to leave it in there and let it do what it needs to do. It doesn't work overnight. It's going to take the commitment to get it in there, to leave it in there, and just let it go. The freedom is built into the reservoir because you can take the money, you can put the BNB in there today, in 2 hours, I need to pull that BNB out. But it has to come, the commitment has to be there from the community. Let me continue on with the trifecta. So that was part 1 of the trifecta. Now, of course, with you have the rewards that comes from you putting your BNB in there too. So you're putting your BNB in there, now you're getting rewards every single day, depending on how big of a portion you hold of the pool. The rewards are generated through the 1% of the swap transaction fees from both the buys and the sells and from the foundation decks, and 50% of the taxes applied to the reservoir deposits and withdrawals. The rewards are generated or distributed as follow. Liquidity providers in the reservoir earn a daily distribution of 2% of the collected drops, LPs, by the dividend pool, which is automatically converted into BNB, and then proportional is sent to that staked in the pool. Upon deposit, the 2% of the total of the drops in there by the players is instantly redistributed to all the participants proportionally based on their stake in the pool of the reservoir. So if you hold a bigger pool than somebody else, you're going to get a bigger portion of the 2% of the rewards. That's how that works. But this is just an added bonus on top of your commitment to the community, your commitment to the protocol, and your commitment to all of our bags. Okay. Next part of the trifecta is the drip garden. 1, because you're going to have to purchase your drip tokens or use your drip tokens in order to combine them and put them into the garden. What's good about going into the garden is you cannot pull it all out the next day. And some people need that kind of reinforcement or barricade or barrier because they know, well, if I put it in there today, I'm going to pull it tomorrow. I'm just like that. No. If you put it in there, you can only pull out the 3%. It's like drip. You put $1,000 into drip, you can only pull out your 1% a day. Whatever you put into the garden, you can only pull out your 3% a day. It's going to take the drip into people's wallets or purchasing new drip and then combine with BUSD and go into the garden. Then, of course, you're going to create new LPs and whatever. But that's just another part of the trifecta. Third part of the trifecta is the hacker game, which the mastermind or Forex Shark and the team are working on now. That's going to utilize drip and the BUSD LPs, the same as what's in the garden, and they're going to be using the now. As far as the total APR, APY, we're not exactly sure, but it's going to probably be in the same range as the farm. So we're just going to say 1,000 APR, APY. That is a great return. Now, going in and going out of the game, we're not sure because we don't know all the intricacies of the game. But that is the third part of the trifecta, which is the hacker game, utilizing the hacker game to utilize drip or give another utility to drip and to help drip get back to where we know it should be and where we want it to be. So again, the trifecta at the top of the point is the reservoir. Then you have the garden, and then you have the hacker game. So with the garden, again, we can create a buy-in from the drip tokens and the stake and earn the 3% a day. Now, with the drive, hopefully it will increase the drip token price, because right now when I'm making the video, one LP in the garden is only 88 cents. They used to be $35 and higher. So if we can get the drip price to increase, then the LPs are going to increase. And we already know the masterminds always told us that if you're invested in the garden, you're hedging the bet that drip is going to go up. That is, of course, that's our ultimate goal, is that drip is going to go back up, which will increase the LP price as the end result. And it makes it a more attractive investment because when the price is going up, that helps with the decay and so on and so on and so on. Now, then we take in effect the hacker game. It's going to add new gamification for the drip tokens, a new utility for the drip tokens. We don't have as much info as we need on it, but I'm just saying that it can help. It definitely can't hurt. And earning the nice APY on it, as well as you leaving your drip and BUSD LPs in there and into the garden and your BNB into the reservoir. That's the trifecta that we can utilize pretty easily with the community coming together. And again, we shouldn't need stuff to res to do it, because it has to be, the community has to be involved in it 100%. It's just that simple, because we can't do it alone. The individual endeavor is not going to make drip. It has to be the community coming together. You can't be a solo sport. The community has to come together to get this to work. Now, we already know what we have coming down the line. But in the meantime, we have to help drip by coming together as the community and doing what we need to do. We got DDD. DDD was released. DDD did what it was supposed to do, and it started to fill the tax vault. It started to remove some of that liquid drip that people just had sitting around. We still have the Dog Pound update. We still got the V3 Animal Farm. We got Piggy Plinko still coming. We got the Reap DAO and the new NFTs. But what's the most important things on here we're concerned right now is drip. So what I have highlighted in drip in blue is what I'm thinking is important. This is what I'm thinking. Of course, we got DDD. The Scratchy. There is a Scratchy for drip with the drip tokens on it. Then the mastermind stated in the last couple of AMAs or the voice chats that the lending is going to have the ability to have it affect drip too. To use your drip tokens. The Suite of Games, the tournament, I know that there's supposed to be a drip poker game that's supposed to be coming as well. So these are the things that's going to affect drip. So that's what we have coming. And this is just from the community, not from the community, from the mastermind and the team. But we don't want to let drip just die by the wayside in the meantime. It's tough. It's really tough to see, to be about 860 days in and to see it at 5 cents. It's really, really tough. Anyhow, so now on top of this is what Mastermind and the team has coming. Now we have, like I said, we have the poker game for drip coming, and we know that we have DeFi Crypto Boss and his team coming with drip 21. Now, you can't put all the pressure on these two or even the other protocols to do what drip needs to do. It's going to take the community, because the community makes or break any protocol. I don't give a damn what protocol it is. The community is 100% will make it or break it. Now, that's beside the point. If there's a bad actor or you got a bad dev in there, they can end it too. But other than that, or an exploit, other than that, it's the community that's going to make or break the protocol. And Drip 21 can be the end all be all. And I don't want to put all that pressure on DeFi, Crypto Boss, and the team that always we need you to save Drip. No. The community has to come together to save Drip. We have the ability to do it, but the question comes down to, do we have the commitment from the community members to do it? It's just that simple. There's no other way to say it. So what say you? In the mastermind, I've seen these things getting put out there. Oh, they need to put a limit on what you could sell a day. The mastermind has stated from the beginning that he will not change the fundamentals of Drip, period. No, he wasn't going to make a single staking pool in the animal farm because it would fight against Drip. No. Then he said, no, there's not going to be no time lock. No, there's not going to be no claim restrictions, or you can only claim 200 drips a day. No. He said Drip will run as it always has, like a wild Mustang. That's me saying that part. Leave Drip, that part of Drip alone. Drip works. Like I said, we went to $197 per Drip token without any marketing, just on the Drip community, just on the community's sentiment that we loved what it was doing. And the rest is history. So so coming up with those crazy things like that, no, that's not even fair, because what we came into is what we want. We bought into Drip because it's going to pay us our 1% a day, which it is still doing even at 5 cents. I don't want a damn time lock on there. If I want to take out 200 tokens today, I want to be able to withdraw them. Now, granted, I may not cash them in, but maybe 50 a day in order to not affect the Drip price. But that's my choice. Don't infringe on all the community members' choice by putting a time lock on it. And the mastermind said he's not going to do it. So I don't even know why people come up with them suggestions, because that's not fair, because that's not what we bought into. And we don't want to be like them other ones that failed by the wayside, all them other utensils out there that went and changed the core of the protocol. Oh, let's get an LMS and all that, like Stun to be saying. No. We don't want the mastermind to change the core. We want Drip to stay exactly the way it is. Now it's time for the community to step up and do what we need to do. Now, granted, I only have 1,000 subscribers or legends on my channel. I don't have as big a voice as the rest of the community members. So we're going to need the rest of the community members to come together, the leaders to come together and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. Just like we had that commitment to no sell August or whatever month it was. Then we had the commitment to get the Max Wallace in DDD. We need to come together and say, okay, members, we're going to put whatever you can into the reservoir on these certain days, let's say a week. Boom, that's the first part of the trifecta. Then we're going to say, okay, community members, next up is the Drip BUSD LPs. Use your Drip. Pair it up with some BUSD, put it into the garden. Just that simple. And then the third part is, once the mastermind and the team has completed the hacker game, go into the hacker game and see if that works. That's the commitment that we have, that we can do with the community. L7 has no other suggestions. Like I said, there's no need to be putting no undue pressure on the poker game to save Drip. There's no need to put undue pressure on Drip 21 to save Drip. The community needs to save Drip. The community put us where we are today. I know it's not because it's not so much as an individual. We know we got bad actors out there selling 200 Drip tokens. They're going to do what they're going to do. But the rest of us that want Drip to survive, because I know there's people that have retired on Drip. I've done the Drip testimonials on Testimonial Tuesday. So I know what Drip has done. There's people that quit working, and now all of a sudden that income stream is gone. Or it's dwindled, put it that way. So again, what say you? And I'm going to finish here, because as always, this is for informational, educational purposes only, never intended as any type of financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. it comes down to the community. Point blank, period. In the discussion, say less. There's nothing. Mic drop. That's it. The community will determine the fate of drip. Either we're going to rise and shine, or we're going to drop and dry out. We have to come together as a collective, one team, one mission. Period. Like I said, even if we could get drip to $1 and it stayed at $1 for eternity, lives will change. As always, this is for all I ask is that you please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hey, Legends community, put some comments in there. I will shoot them up to Ray, or you can go into the Drip Telegram, whatever. If you got some suggestions, hey, it's time. It's time. The times are dire. I know everybody's not feeling the best right now with the current state of the protocol, but if we're going to do something about it, now is the time. It's time to either make the commitment or, like to say, shit, or get off the pot. We got to do something. Whatever comes up, I'm going to support it. I do it on video, so my commitment's there. My commitment's already there for the reservoir. My commitment's already there for the garden already. I'm in both. Big time. Only thing is the hacker game, because the hacker game is not ready. So I'm ready for whatever wicked this way comes, or whatever productive this way comes. Engage.